Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Glow Up Guide. So it's officially the middle of September and it's like almost the official first day. Actually, wait, I think today is the official first day of fall. It's usually the 22nd of a month. Pretty sure today is. I did not realize that until now. So happy fall. This is the first of I think three fall related episodes I have planned for the next few weeks. And this is going to be fun. Actually, no, wait, there's only two. That's my bad. There's only two. This is part one of two. Um, and this is going to be fun. Fall is probably my second favorite season because I love the changing leaves and soccer starts again in the fall. But it tends to stay on the colder side, which is perfect for soccer because it's neutral, but like on the warmer side in the spring it's like neutral weather, but like on the warmer side in the spring, which kind of sucks. And it's also always like full sun in the spring, so that also sucks. But today's episode, if you can already tell by the title, is about fall bucket list and fall bucket list things. This is the episode I'm more excited about because I love bucket lists and I love thinking about all the fun things we can do in a season. So yeah, okay, moving on. Podcast updates. We're almost at 500 plays. I'm actually like only 13 plays away from 500. So if you guys could definitely help me get to that, follow me on Instagram. But make sure you go to the one with the bright pink cover art that matches mine because that's my profile. Um, so yeah, sometimes it doesn't come up, but yeah, whoopsies. Anyway, so we're almost at 500 plays. Help me get to that, and I'm probably gonna bake a cake and post it on Instagram, honestly. So yeah, and then life updates. I got sick last week. Okay, so basically, I just on Sunday, last Sunday, um, my voice was really bad. I didn't have to record an episode because I already had the stories one, so I just had to publish it. So I didn't forget about that. But my throat was it hurt really bad, and it hurts to swallow or do really anything, even talk. And I did lose my voice almost once. And then Monday, I just woke up and I literally felt like I was gonna freaking cry because I just woke up and I had a really bad headache, and um, I had a really bad headache and my throat hurt and I could barely speak. I pretty much lost my voice. I could barely speak and it was just my eyes were burning so bad. It looked like I was freaking crying and it just was pain. So I stayed home that day because even though it's been 2.5 years since I last got sick because of my cutting out sugar thing, I still know what, because usually I get a really bad headache and it was I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna get sick if I don't stay home. And my mom was like, okay, so you can stay home. And then my period was late, freaking of course, and it was 4 days late. And then what happened is, of course, I had to get my period on the day I got sick. Like, hello, no, thank you. But of course, that had to happen. So I got my frozen period. Um, that was splendid. And then I just skipped the next day because my mom was still kind of worried and I was still kind of sick. Um, but also my period and it the second day is always the worst for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's just the worst for me. So yeah. Um, but that's that. I got sick, which honestly really sucked because I literally did not get sick for 2.5 years. I mentioned that since I started cutting out sugar. And by the way, really quick, the dryer's running in the background again. So just be aware of that. The dryer, I guess. Um, but yeah, that's that. And what else is going on? Let's see. I had a dentist appointment on Thursday, y'all. Okay, so basically, I got Invisalign. I mentioned that, but I have not been wearing them properly. I'm supposed to be wearing them minimum 22 hours a day, or just whenever I'm not eating or brushing my teeth or something. Um, but I have not been wearing them to school because I feel basically this is not the type of Invisalign that straightens your teeth. It's the type that maintains your teeth and also brings your lower jaw forward. That's the kind of Invisalign I have, and I look ugly AF with that face shape. So I have not been wearing them to school. Honestly, I just like keep forgetting about it. I wear them at night because I'm used to that from my original retainer, but like it's still like about a third as much as I'm supposed to be wearing them. And honestly, that's not good. But they said it was working out fine, which I was so surprised about. I mean, I did kind of lie and I said, "Oh yes, of course, I have been wearing my Invisalign all the time." Um, and they said it was going fine. I'm still supposed to switch the trays every 2 weeks, but I'm honestly so surprised. But that's how that went. Okay, what else? Soccer games. Okay, so I had a really random soccer game on Friday. I really don't know why, but we lost again, sadly. We lost that game. It was like something like, what was the score? I don't know, we lost. I think it was like 3-0. I'm pretty sure it was that. Yeah, but we lost. As I mentioned, we lost. It was kind of sad. And the weather was just kind of depressing too. And I honestly did not play good because that was like the fifth day of my period. But every time I tried to run, my stomach just started hurting so bad. And I was like trying to breathe through it, but it did not work. So I was playing really badly. And that was like a really sad day. But yeah, and oh, after the game, I forgot my soccer ball there. So I had to go with my dad and get the stupid soccer ball. That was actually splendid. I also got a bloody nose. That was a great day. It actually like absolutely sucked. Anyway, so Saturday we had another soccer game and we won. Yay. We won 4-1 and then one goal didn't count because it was like offsides basically. Your offense was behind the other team's defense. In soccer. I think that's it. Yeah. But we won that game and it was really good and I ate like an ice cream afterwards. So yeah. It was a pretty good day. And honestly, I'm really tired today. I feel like I sound tired too, but I still have to record. So like, I'm still gonna record because yeah. But I feel really tired right now and my legs honestly hurt. Um, because of the two games. Like, yeah, I'm kind of just beat. And then today, so there was like this college fair thing. I know I'm only in 8th grade, but still, I thought it would be good. And also because my mom, she because my parents are not born in the U.S. They came here a year after they got married. So my mom was just like, well, I don't really know anything about like college in the United States. Like if we were in India, I would just be able to figure everything out and just like have a plan laid out for you, like where you go to college and that stuff. But here it's like brand new and I don't really know anything about like colleges here. So yeah, but we did that. So that was fun. I still have no idea. Still have no smack idea about what I do when I get older. And I feel like you're supposed to have a general idea, and I feel like I kind of do, but I also kind of don't because like I honestly something I would do is like something to do with food sciences. I feel like that's unrealistic, but yeah. So something to do with like food science or business. I feel like starting my own business might is like something I would do and I can see myself doing. Or like architecture. I don't really know something to do with architecture because I love building stuff and even though I don't necessarily love math, if it's like with business or architecture because like building things, the math part, the fun part really overrules the math part for me. So, yeah, I feel like those are like the three areas that I can see myself, you doing something with my life in. Um, but yeah, that's that. And then my friend came over a little while ago. So yeah, that was also nice. But yeah, that was my week in a little nutshell. Not much exciting happened, school happened. Got a B plus on my math test. That's not good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I sound really tired, so I'm gonna try and like amp up the energy here. Anyway, so let's do one thing we're grateful for and one thing we're happy about, plus our bug of the week. Okay, so one thing I'm grateful for. Let's see here. Probably, like honestly, just like my friend, like the friend I was hanging out. I love all my friends, honestly. Like every friend I have, I love them. But I'm just grateful for having like all these amazing people who I get to call my friends in my life. Like friends are amazing. That's really all I can say. And one thing I'm happy about is like the really nice weather. I think it was raining earlier. I don't really know. But yeah, it was just raining earlier, and now it's really nice outside. Like I was just outside. Me and my friend and some other people in our neighborhood, we were just outside. And it was like really nice, but there were so many like little flies, and it was just so annoying having to keep batting them away. And they kept going in my stupid eyelashes. I don't know what flies in my eyelashes have, but flies always go in my freaking eyelashes. Like not my eye, just my lashes. Like I don't even know why. It's just a thing, and it's so annoying. Um, but like, yeah, that happened at least 20 times, and it was not fun. But if you eliminate the flies, it would actually have been so nice outside. But yeah. Anyway, so our book of the week is. Let me go get it really quick. One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. So I think that's how you say her last name. I don't know, but yeah, it's an amazing book. Okay, so there's this girl, Katie, and she's 30, and her mother dies, but Carol, which is her mother's name, she wasn't just like her mom, but like her best friend, the love of her life, and first phone call, like her literal everything. Like her mom meant more to Katie than Carol meant more to Katie than Katie meant to herself. Like literally her other half, and like not even her husband like can get through to her. Like she's lost basically because her mother always had the answers, and now Katie's left to figure out all the answers for herself. And it's just like, her life sucks. But to make everything worse, their mother-daughter trip, they were going to Positano, I don't really know. It's like someplace in Italy. I can't pronounce it. But yes, that's where Carol went when she was 30 for vacation. And Katie has been waiting years for Carol to take her because this is like her place, it's like Carol's place. And now she has to go alone. But as soon as she goes there, she's like stunned. It's like a beautiful place. She begins to feel like how her mother said she did when she was in Italy, and then Carol appears for real, healthy and tan and 30 years old. Katie has no idea what's happening or how, but over the course of her time in Italy, Katie gets to know Carol in this new form. And so she must come to the fact with the fact come to a reconciliation, I guess, with the fact that her mother at one point was like just like Katie, had none of the answers, absolute chaos, didn't know what she was doing with her life, and Katie can relate to that, and her mother didn't always have the answers. It's like an amazing book, honestly. I don't really know what to put it as. It's like finding yourself again, I guess. I don't know. It's a really good book, and there's some twists in it that are surprising, but I think this is genuinely a really good book, and I love it. So I would definitely recommend you go read it. Also other books by hers. She has some young adult novels like The Edge of Falling, Truly Madly Famous, Famous in Love. I've read a few of those. And then also In 5 Years. I think there's some other books written by her actually. But yeah, they're all good. So yeah, definitely recommend you go read some of her books. Doesn't really matter which one of them, but yeah, all good books. So that's our book of the week. Okay, so I think that's it. I've said so many times. Anyway, number one, getting right into it. My first fall bucket list item is carving pumpkins. It's not like fall without everything freaking being pumpkin related, like pumpkin everything. So carve some pumpkins. I almost said packets. What the heck? So carve some pumpkins, make some jack-o'-lanterns. I don't really care as long as you have carving pumpkins on your list. There are like these $10 kits you can get at Walgreens and CVS, like pumpkin carving kits, that are really useful. And also, this is such a fun thing to do with a group of friends, or if you have like extended family over or something similar, like double bucket list item. Go to a pumpkin patch to get pumpkins, and then like carve the pumpkins afterward. I used to do this with some of my friends every year for like 3 years until those friends all moved away. But like, oh well, carving pumpkins is literally one of the most fall things I can think of, and I feel like it's one of the first things honestly everyone thinks about when they hear the word fall. It's like pumpkin. It's not fall without freaking pumpkins. Another alternative is painting a pumpkin if you have a ton of paint lying around like me. Painting a pumpkin is equally fun and equally fall related, so go carve or paint a dang pumpkin. Once you're done carving the pumpkin, or preferably pumpkins, take the pumpkin guts and make roasted pumpkin seeds. They taste like so good. Um, and there are tons and tons of different flavors you can attempt. I remember last fall in my homeroom class, actually, our teacher brought in an air fryer, and we had some salt and cinnamon and paprika and stuff, and she put me and my friend in charge of dealing with like roasting pumpkin seeds. It kind of failed because we only had like 8 minutes to do it all, and me and my friend had our next class across the hall, so we stayed some extra minutes and like finished the pumpkin seeds. But the salt fell off the pumpkin seeds in the air fryer, so they tasted kind of bland, but some of them were actually decent. But the point is, it was fun, and the pumpkin seeds tasted good, so it all worked out. Number 3, make a fall wreath. Okay, so Michael's and like some similar craft stores actually have some fall florals for like super duper cheap. And I bought some of those things and like a fall wreath thingy, like a wreath base thingy, yeah, from Dollar Tree in hopes of making a dang fall wreath. And now it's a year later, maybe longer, and I still haven't done it. I promised my mom I would do this fall though, and I am going to. It was actually pretty fun, and sometimes these wreaths cost upwards of like $30 to $50. I think I saw one for like $100 once too. They're so expensive, and you can literally make one for under like 15, I think, if you try. It was actually pretty fun. So yeah, and also actually florals, like if you get the ones that are on clearance, normal florals can be really expensive, but if you either go to Dollar Tree or like a dollar store, or just get the ones on clearance at the more expensive craft stores, then you can actually make it for like $15 or less, and it looks so good. So yeah, it, but it's a good way to save money and can be good for years if you take care of it right. Number 4, go see fall leaves somewhere. I actually went to Skyline Drive. Did I just say Sky Drive? Anyway, Skyline Drive in the Shenandoah National Park last year to see the fall leaves. It was so much fun, and the leaves were absolutely gorgeous. And also happens to be the same time I did a hike for the first time and last time. Someone got engaged there, like someone proposed to someone there. That was sweet. But try to see if you can go see some fall leaves because it's honestly so much fun. And also, who the heck said it's fall without seeing some freaking fall leaves? The leaves are literally one of my favorite things about the fall. I remember there used to be so many trees in the parking lot in front of my old apartment, and there was this big grassy area right next to it. And whenever the leaves changed, it was always so pretty, and like you didn't really need to go anywhere to see fall leaves. And when the leaves started to fall off, me and my friends would just start making like big leaf piles and jump in them. So much fun. Like you have to do this. Number 5, go to a pick your own farm. Pick your own farms are actually great for berries in the summer, but sometimes it's just too hot outside for a pick your own farm. I remember when I went to one with my family last summer, and it was a million degrees outside with freaking full sun and 80% humidity. And I think I was on my period that time too. Not exactly the best day for it, but we made it work, and it was actually not super duper bad. I definitely would never do that again, but it could have been worse. Honestly, it could have been worse. Pick your own farms that are literally bursting in the fall time are a must do. Apples, pumpkins, green beans, actually, other good stuff. we always keep meaning to go again, like me and my family. We always keep meaning to go once in the fall, but we never do it because it's not a priority thing, and there's a bunch of other stuff happening in the fall, so it just like falls to the back burner. But pick your own farms are perfect for the fall, and if you can't do that, visit a farmer's market instead. Number 6, corn maze. Okay, so corn mazes are actually really fun until you get lost. I did one with my younger brother once, and I have no idea when or where. It was at some fall festival thingy. It was really fun though, and we were lost for about 2 seconds until we figured it out. There are always tons of fall festivals in literally any area, and you're bound to find a corn maze near you because corn mazes are like a fall classic. So why the heck not? That's honestly my justification for a lot of things like that, for a lot of things on this bucket list. So yeah, gonna be hearing that phrase a lot. Number 7, have a pumpkin food day. This idea is kind of random and like probably dumb, but if you really love all things pumpkin, then having a day dedicated to eating all pumpkin and pumpkin adjacent foods might be fun and also a good chance to test out some new recipes, you know? Like for the holiday season, you can just like test out those recipes that you've been meaning to try with pumpkins. Like great opportunity for that. Um there are millions of pumpkin recipes on the internet, so like why not? Um the point is to make something pumpkin for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Could be just about impossible, but honestly, who said you couldn't? Number 8, host a Friendsgiving. A Friendsgiving is basically just Thanksgiving with your friends. One of my friends hosted one at like a public field near her house last year, and it was about like 20 people. It was actually so fun, and there was lots of food. We actually only ate about half the food. Ask everyone to bring some Thanksgiving food they love and set it up. Have some fun games and stuff too. We had like a giant Jenga and volleyball and a soccer ball and some other stuff. This one is so much fun, and who doesn't love Thanksgiving twice in a year? Number 9, scary movie marathon. Could be fun come Halloween. I don't really watch scary movies because I literally can't. There's only one TV in my house in the living room, and my brother always happens to watch TV with me. And my mom will murder me if she finds me watching horror movies. She thinks based on the covers of the books I read that those books are super scary or some crap. Like they're not scary at all. So that's fun for me. But scary movies and fall literally belong together. So grab some random junk food, find some movies, turn down the lights, and have a movie marathon. Number 10, plant some fall flowers. Flowers are beautiful and a great way to brighten up any outdoor or indoor space. So start by planting some fall flowers. There are also like so many fruits and veggies that you can grow in the fall. So do your research on those and go start a fall garden like right this second. Maybe not at like 2 a.m. Though because it's like currently 8:10 p.m. here. Like I would not go and start a fall garden right now. So yeah, maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow morning. Um, it's also a great way to save some money on food, which is becoming increasingly expensive. My mom is always planting stuff in our backyard pretty much year round. So if you didn't get a chance to start a garden in the spring or summer, who says you can't start a fall garden? Um, okay, so number 11, make your own hot chocolate. There's actually like crock pot hot chocolate recipes that look so good. And these are something I would definitely try if I had a crock pot. There are once again a bajillion recipes on the internet for making yourself some amazing hot chocolate. That's delicious. Hershey syrup always works great for me, honestly. Just make some hot chocolate, no matter how, as long as it turns out good. I honestly don't think it matters. Bucket list idea inside a bucket list idea. Try to make your own hot chocolate bombs. This is something I've been meaning to do at like since all the store bought hot cocoa bombs have gelatin in them because of like marshmallows, and I can't eat the gelatin. Just get some chocolate, marshmallows, molds, the like, and figure it out. I'm definitely gonna try to do both of these this fall though. Number 12, go out and boo someone. This is basically ding dong ditch, but you leave a bucket of treats, sweets at the door instead of before running for your life. Okay, so what you do, get a bucket first and then fill it up with a ton of fall goodies. You can even put in like homemade treats if you're intending to give it to someone you actually know. Maybe some cake mix, sprinkles, frosting, candy, fake sunglasses, whatever you think would be fun. Then print out a you've been booed thing from somewhere. There's like so many on Pinterest and like the internet. Just search it up. And stick it in the basket. You want to stick two in the basket actually, so you can like continue the tradition. I did this once in my old neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure the people who we booed saw me and my friends attempting to run away. Oh well, it was good fun, and honestly, why not? Number 13, visit a haunted house. I actually remember last year when me and my friends went trick or treating, there were these people who basically set up a haunted house in their garage. That was actually really fun to see, even though it was just literally like 30 seconds. A lot longer if you count the fact that one of my friends got temporarily lost or stuck in the freaking haunted house. That was interesting. But see if there are any haunted houses in your area and go find some friends or family willing to do it with you and go right ahead because who doesn't love a good scare? Minus my own family, of course. They wouldn't do a haunted house if someone paid them $1 million to do so. 14. Jump in a pile of leaves. I used to do this all the time with my brother and last fall. Not last fall, the fall before that. So like 2 fall seasons ago. Even if the leaf piles we made were legit tiny, I remember back when I was in elementary school, there was this little grassy area and then a fence and a bunch of trees basically falling over the fence. So there were tons and tons of leaves in said grassy area, and like once those leaves fell off, me and my friends would make a gigantic leaf pile, and then we jumped in it. When I mean huge, it was probably like 8 feet across and 4 feet high. Like that's ginormous. Build a gigantic leaf pile and go wee. Had to do that. Okay, I'm kind of losing track of this. 15. Go on a super long walk. The weather outside during the fall is gorgeous until it gets freezing cold, so enjoy the nice weather while you can. Walking is great cardio that won't make you super sweaty. I actually just do go on a walk whenever I need to do some more exercise to meet my daily minimum and don't want to get sweaty for whatever reason, or if my legs hurt from sitting down too much. On the first day of school, actually, I did go on a walk after school. So yeah, there was that. If you have a dog, take them on these longer walks too, or combine your walk with something productive like walking to the grocery store or listening to the audiobook version of a book you have to read for school, or to get some more use out of your walk. Or if walking is something you don't do very often. 15. Either buy or make some fall scented soap. Preferably making the soap. Making soap is actually really easy and pretty fun. I did it for something in my art class in 7th grade. Plus, it's a craft that's functional and fun. All you need is some soap base, colors, scents, molds, bowls, and some other pretty basic stuff. And you can make make yourself some pretty fancy soap. It is not even super expensive because there are some kits that literally have just about everything you need for under $15 to make a decent amount of soap for pretty darn cheap. 16. Go shopping for fall clothes. So there are some deal days in late fall like Black Friday and that stuff, but still, there's decent stuff on sale for Labor Day and on those holidays. So go shopping for some fall clothes or like early winter clothes shopping, whatever you fancy. I love buying clothes. I have an episode on fall fashion trends and that stuff in the next few weeks. And I also just realized it's actually going to be 3 fall episodes, not 2. That's my bad. So stay tuned for that. But, oh wait, that's actually next week, the episode on fall fashion, whoopsies. But just go buy some fall clothes, even if you choose to do so online. At least you bought some fall clothes. 17. Go bake some pumpkin pie or apple pie or lemon pie or some other random pie you love. Pie is a fall classic. The only pie I've ever tried is actually an apple pie, but I want to try some other pies too. You can buy a pie pan for $1.25 at the dollar store and also use it to bake a ton of other things in it. Not just pie, so long as the shape of the baked good doesn't matter much to you. Make a giant donut in it for all I care. Actually, might just do that. Bake a giant donut in a pie pan. But there are a bajillion recipes on the wonderful internet that are just some words typed in a click away. So why not find a pie recipe? You can use a family recipe if you want to, then just eat a bunch of the pie later. Yummy. 18. Make caramel apples. The season I feel has the most like classic season foods is definitely fall. There's tons and tons of fall foods. To put it like that. I have never had a caramel apple because it would be way too hard to eat, and I also just happen to dislike caramel with a burning passion, aka hate it. But caramel apples are a fall classic, so if you like them, give it a go and see if it works. And if it fails, compost the apples and use that compost for the garden from earlier. Go camping. Besides the fall classics, another great thing for fall um is like going camping, you know, like outdoor activities because the weather's perfect. So going camping is literally perfect as long as you make sure it's not gonna rain when you're planning to go. I've never been camping because my mom and brother would literally never, but it seems like fun. And if you've never been camping before, now is the perfect time to do so. Heck, if you want, you can even set up a tent and all that stuff in your backyard and have a mini camping trip, like right there. That way, if you freak and decide to give up, you can just go back inside and sleep in your comfy bed. Still equally as fun, though. Number 21. Make leaf rubbings. I only recently heard of these things, but they sound fun, so I'm going to try them this fall. Basically, what you do is you get some leaves and you place the vein side up on a surface you don't mind getting a little dirty. And you use a crayon or like you paint the leaves or something similar. Then you take the leaves and you press them vein side down onto a piece of like smooth wood or thick and sturdy paper. Remove the leaves from so that the outline of said leaves is left behind on the paper. This is pretty fun and it's also super simple, so I don't know why I haven't tried to do this before, but yeah. 22. Fashion yourself a homemade pumpkin spice latte. I saw a video for how to make one on my Alexa, and it's actually so simple. Starbucks and buying lattes is getting too expensive with inflation and stuff these days, so why not attempt to make your own? The only fancy stuff you need is like pumpkin spice and maybe a frother, and if you don't have a frother, you can pretty easily just use a small whisk or a fork. Might take a little longer though, and might not froth up as much, but that's honestly not a big deal. Just find a little recipe online and have at it. And if it epically fails, so what? At least you had some fun trying to make a pumpkin spice latte. 23. Make s'mores. S'mores are as much a summer thing as they are a fall thing. You don't even have to go camping to make s'mores, although that's fun, like, double bucket list thing. You can also make s'mores in the microwave for all I care. I burnt the chocolate when I did that though. Oh well. But like last summer, me and my brother, was it last summer? I don't know if it was last summer. I think it was the summer before that. But we went to this event at the public library, and it was for making these like little tiny solar s'more ovens, and it was fun. And even the s'mores took about 3 hours to do. They were still good. I also saw this little s'more maker thingy at Hobby Lobby a while ago. That's another option. So grab some graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate, and make some s'mores. I literally am craving s'mores right now, but I don't have like marshmallows. We need to eat like we can only eat like vegan or vegetarian marshmallows. So yeah, but that's that. I literally want s'mores though. I'm gonna go on actually right after this episode. I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy some vegetarian marshmallows, and I'm gonna make s'mores in a few days. 24. Go to a fall festival or a fall craft fair or something similar to that. I feel like my voice is like dying right now. So apologies for that. I went to a fall craft fair a few years ago and there were like tons of vendors selling handmade jewelry and t-shirts and also lots of food items like popcorn and cotton candy. There were also a bunch of vendors like selling knitted stuff, and there were also some small carnival style games. It was really cool, and I think my mom bought a few bracelets. If there's anything in the late fall, good opportunity for Christmas gifts. but it's pretty fun and pretty cool to see all of those handmade items. And some of the more chunky bracelets were actually like really cool looking. Not something I would ever wear though, but also super expensive. Like I think it was $20 for one of those chunky bracelets. But there's actually some deals too. Like you can know like 3 for 10, 3 for 15, that kind of stuff. It's super fun, but all you have to do is just like do a quick Google search to find a ton of fall festivals near you. 25. Make a cozy reading nook, or if you already have one, go read it in said cozy reading nook. Fall is about being cozy. My reading book nook is my gigantic beanbag stuffed in a corner of my room with a ton of unnecessary pillows on top. But it's comfortable and it's my favorite reading spot like ever. If you don't have a reading nook, I can't say that word right. Then just grab some pillows and throw them into a pile somewhere in your house. Then throw a blanket or two on top. Then grab a good book and read for a really long time, like a couple of hours, and it's just like such a vibe. Put on some comfy clothes and piano music in the background to really romanticize it and make it a bit more fun. 26. Go on a hayride. We actually went to this place called Cox Farms for my school field trip last year, and a hayride was one of the activities. It was pretty fun, and there was this bit where my friend got whacked in the face with a scarecrow, and then this bit where we went through a bunch of water. There was this other girl that was right next to the entrance slash exit of the hayride, so in the middle when it abruptly stopped, she almost fell off, and that was kind of interesting to say the least. But all in all, the hayride was fun. Classic fall activity once again, so why the heck not? 27. Go apple picking. Okay, so apples are the one fruit I actually like, so I think this would be something I would love to do. But I've never gone apple picking before. There are pick your own farms in the fall that near me that actually have apple picking, so that's one option for going to pick apples. You could also just go to an apple orchard, but apple picking seriously sounds like a lot of fun and it would make for great photos too, as long as it's not like super duper windy. But there are also like 400 million recipes that you can do with apples, plus it's gonna taste a ton better because you pick your own apples. Might get expensive though. I don't exactly know the cost for apple picking, but do your own research, figure it out. Um, 28. Go ziplining. So I put ziplining in my summer bucket list ideas episode because summer is supposed to be about freedom and adventure. Who said you couldn't do the same thing but in fall instead? Or in the transition from summer to fall if you still want that adventure summertime thing. But ziplining honestly sounds so fun and is on my bucket list of things to do before I die. Plus, afterwards, you can go shopping or to a cafe or somewhere like that and accomplish some more fall bucket list items. Make a whole day out of it if you wanna. 29. Go to a fall or a Halloween parade. This is sort of irrelevant, but my old elementary school used to make all the students wear their Halloween costumes to school the last school day before Halloween. And we would have this hour-long parade where all the parents and family would come. Some people's siblings would actually join the actual parade. My younger brother did, but the point is that it was pretty fun, and there are other parades around you that you should attend. There are still these parades that started my brother's elementary school and go all the way to Fairfax, which is really far from where I live. And the parades are with like a bunch of high schoolers. They throw candy to all the kids too, and it was really fun. Definitely give it a try. 30. Try a fall fun run or 5K if you're a really strong runner and ambitious. Go for 10K. Fall is the perfect weather for running, and if it's not getting too cold, so take advantage of that. This fun run I did back in May this year was in that transition from spring to summer. But I did another two fun runs, one when I was 9 and another one back in 2022. But pretty much all fun runs or running events or whatever you want to call them have lots of activities afterwards, like food or bouncy houses or some cool charity tents, carnival games, usually something along those lines. So that's pretty fun. Plus, running is great exercise and it's a great way to raise some money for charity. 31. Make apple cider donuts. The best apple cider donuts. Actually, I haven't had apple cider donuts before this, but like just donuts I have ever had or on my school field trip to that Cox Farms place last year. They were so good, and I've been meaning to make apple cider donuts on my own since then, but I haven't exactly gotten around to it. Now, this is definitely something I want to try this fall. I love donuts and have never had apple cider in my life, but this is so good, and I have to find another good recipe for those donuts. Um, Also make some more apple cider while you're at it because why the heck not? But another delicious fall food that you should definitely try. 32. Bake cinnamon rolls. I'm pretty sure half of these bucket list items or more have been food related, but there are so many fall classic foods that I have decided simply need to be on this bucket list. I've actually never had a cinnamon roll, and I don't know how that happened, but I really want to try making cinnamon rolls this fall. There are a bunch of cinnamon roll recipes saved to my Pinterest board. So search up some cinnamon roll recipes. Whoopsies. And go to the grocery store if you need to, and bake some cinnamon rolls. And don't eat all the icing before actually putting it on the cinnamon rolls. So you actually have some iced cinnamon rolls to eat. 33. Make a fall trick-or-treat board. So traditional charcuterie boards consist of things like crackers, cheeses, fruits, maybe some bread bits, the like. But a few years ago, me and my mom took this online class from Michael's, and it was about making a fall charcuterie board, but with way too much sugar. That's a good thing, by the way. There were chocolate covered Oreos, chocolate covered Rice Krispie treats on a fork because we didn't have skewers, chocolate popcorn, which turned out horrible, and some other yummy stuff I don't remember. The Rice Krispie treats were also supposed to be on a skewer. I already mentioned that. Anyway. But the stuff turned out really good, and I'll link the YouTube link to that class in the description of this episode. You can either make a traditional charcuterie board or one with a ton of sweets like I did. It honestly doesn't really matter. You could also just do one with candy. But yeah, 34. Make some DIY fall decorations. I already mentioned making a fall wreath, but why not make some more stuff and deck the halls with fall? You can search it up on Google or Pinterest or YouTube. There are a bajillion and 4 ideas for DIYing some fall decorations. Search them up, maybe go to a craft store for some supplies, make a whole day out of it. Have at it and decorate the house with the decorations you made. Honestly, if you store them right, you can use them for a ton of years to come. 35. Make a fall scrapbook. I actually mentioned creating a summer slideshow in my summer bucket list episode, which is basically a digital scrapbook. If you want, you can do the same thing in the fall. You can either go to a craft store and get physical scrapbook supplies, or go the much easier and cost-effective route and open Canva or Google Slides and create a digital scrapbook-ish thing that way. Great way to document all the fun things you did this fall in a fun way. Mine for the summer was super easy to create and it turned out amazing. It's not technically finished, but it still turned out amazing. I gave it sort of a pink summery theme and it looks so cute and aesthetic. I will definitely be looking back on that. And once I figured Canva out, I went from taking an hour a day in the summer to document my day to making it take about 5 minutes. Definitely give it a go. 36. Get out and volunteer somewhere. Fall is a season of coziness, sweets, costumes, and being grateful and helping others. The point of Thanksgiving and these holidays and all the family like get-togethers and all that stuff, it's like to get out there, um, like go volunteer at a library, a food pantry, a soup kitchen, animal shelter, really anywhere. Volunteering does help people, that much is true. But it also makes you feel good about yourself knowing that, and it's actually a great way to make friends and meet people. But if you can't find the time to volunteer, kind of sucks. But try making a generous donation to some charity or organization you really care about. Do something to like help other people, whether it's committing to a ton of community service or simply giving a few dollars to charity every week. Any act of kindness is honestly an act of kindness, and any act of kindness counts. 37. Go to a drive-through movie or an outdoor movie screening. Oh my gosh, I keep saying through. Going to a drive-through movie sounds like a ton of fun, and I really want to go to one when I'm older with some friends. But you can do this with some friends and gather up a ton of pillows and bring blankets. put them in the trunk of someone's car, and stop at a convenience store on the way to buy a dump ton of unhealthy snacks for your group to share. In the summer, this is also fun, but the trunk might get a little too stuffy. So the weather conditions also make this a perfect fall activity. And drive-through movies are also seem like such a vibe, you know. They would make for such good Instagram photos. Like, I'm not even kidding. 38. Do your nails for fall. There are tons of nail art ideas on the wonderful world we call the internet, so search some simple ones up and go to a nail salon and ask if you can have that design done for your nails. This is a great way to mush in some self care time and have your nails look great for a while. You can actually get up and go out to get your nails done, or you can just take the same design and get creative with toothpicks and cotton swabs and fashion yourself your own fancy set of nails. Honestly, your choice. I feel like the latter is so much more fun though. Oh, okay, so we're actually at the end of this episode. So those were all my fall bucket list ideas, most of which I will be doing and posting on Instagram, so definitely go check that out. I'm hoping to actually accomplish. This is literally like my fall bucket list, besides like a few things, but I'm hoping to do at least one of these each week, starting from now. So definitely go check that out. But I hope all those ideas give you guys inspiration to take your favorites and go do them and have fun this fall. Before we end our episode today, I have a quote for you guys from Dodinsky. Don't know who that is. Don't even know if I'm saying their name right, but oh well. The quote goes, I hope I can be the autumn leaf who looked at the sky and lived. And when it was time to leave, gracefully, it knew life was a gift. Bye, guys. Rate, review, follow, and share this podcast. Definitely go follow me on Instagram, drink some water, and I love you all.